Amama no mashita donya zozo. Iha makata yo kletete po. Nkaka o manyonyo mo wo boko. Na kugba no o la o suba. Balala na maruki le fenfie. Oda kailo takponye la. Gano hada dama no mo na vajinya nando kwiwo. Miega. Sawa. Hit me. Hey. DJ, let's go.
Run it. Let's money. Go feed back that car. Yo. Hey, Jah Phinga.
Hey.
Mama. Solo bala zigiri dere. Agbeshi bagejenga.
My baby said forget the love. Money we are talking. If you don't get the money, yo, kill him. Charlie, I beg next time, may they put a good sound. The sound is bad. The sound is really bad. I can't perform with this sound. The sound is bad. I can't perform.
A very good afternoon once again. My name is Chris Nunies, Chief Executive Officer of the Miss Volta Ghana organization. And I'm here in the name of the Miss Volta Ghana brand and the public who wants to know exactly what transpired before the show and during the show. I'm sure we all watched a video trending on the internet of how an artist we billed to come and perform on stage left the stage. It's an eyesore, it's disrespectful, and that shouldn't have happened. The details I'm about to give on this live video were not supposed to be given out, but because of the certain impression he has created in the minds of his fans and people following this issue, has compelled me to come today and address this issue. Julius, I don't know what that means, but if anyone watching can hear me, please confirm that you can hear me. My phone doesn't have sound issue. I use a 12 Pro Max. Let's get that fact clear. Moving on. I had a point here, and I have some proofs, some payment receipts, recordings of calls, and all that. Our show happened on 12th of December. That was Sunday. And as any event organizer, you would want to plan your event properly so that technical failures, etc., don't happen. Now, the Miss Volta Ghana organization contacted Jah Phinga. For me personally, I don't know Jah Phinga. Okay? And this is a fact. I know of Kini Eyes, JJ Gonami, Lega, Kasari, Agbashi, and all those big acts. I don't know Jah Phinga. I've never heard his name. I've never heard his music. Neither do I know anything about him. Our 2018 Queen, Miss Elon Precious Tete, recommended him to us. He said he is a good artist, he is talented, he is influential, and he can bring people to come and witness our show. And that is a good proposal. We can't let that go since it was coming from an ex-Miss Volta Queen. So we jumped on, we had a quick meeting as to if we were going to bring him or not. Because as at that time, we didn't plan to bring any artist on board. There was no plan of that sort. But if our beauty queen recommends him, I'm sure there is something we can do quickly to get him come for the show. Before I continue, they said our sound is poor. I don't know how poor my grammar is going to be because it's been a long time I spoke English, so please pardon that. However, we got into contact with Jah Phinga's manager. Elom contacted Jah Phinga's manager and spoke to her. However, the formalities were left to me to complete. So Elom sent me Jah Phinga's manager's contact. That manager is also called Elom. So there are two alums involved in this issue. Fast forward, I contacted the number. I tried reaching out. It wasn't going through. And I have screenshots of that. I called the number 3 times and nobody connected because the number wasn't going through. It was even a Vodafone number. I don't know if it was network, the phone was off, or something else happened. Then I got back to Queen Alum to tell her that the manager is nowhere to be found. I mean, I can't reach her. Then she tried the number and it went. And Alum had a discussion with her. Jah Phinga was supposed to perform in Tegbi on the same date, but because of how desperate he was, he accepted to consider our booking. The manager spoke with Queen Alum and made it clear that she had a show at Tegbi. Then Queen Alum said, okay, if that's the case, we cannot book him. Then the conversation ended. The manager called back and said, oh, the Keta show or the Tegbi show is in the morning, so Jah Phinga will be available to perform for us in the evening. We said, okay, that's fine. Then it shows that he will be available to honor our booking. So Jah Phinga was supposed to come and perform from the hours of 11 ongoing, anytime from there. And he made himself available to come and perform. He was supposed to report at 3 p.m. at the venue, which he himself proposed. He said he was coming to the venue at 3 p.m., make an appearance on the red carpet, and then perform for us. I made payments to him with my personal number, confirming the booking. Jah Phinga said they were going to charge 2,000 Ghana cedis because he was coming all the way from Accra with his crew, etc., etc. And out of the 2,000, we agreed to pay 1,000 to him. Now, the 1,000 was sent. The 1,000 was sent. And he confirmed receipt. The following morning, Jah Phinga contacted me again that he needs an additional 500 cedis, okay, to settle his costume guys. At first, I was like, no, that was not the deal we had. Why would you now call requesting for more money when we just made a payment to you like barely 10 hours ago? Then he didn't want to understand. Then I sent the money, the 500, to him. The flyer we made, we sent it to him for his approval before the flyer went out live on social media. Prior to the payment, Alum communicated with his manager, also called Alum, and we've agreed that he was going to come and perform at our show at 7 p.m. He was going to come and perform our show. The time for our show was 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and he was going to be around for that show. Even if he had a Tegbi performance, he said it was going to be in the morning. Then later on, he came to change it that it was in the evening. That was after I saw the flyer of the Tegbi show, and I'm like, oh, bro, this Tegbi show happened to fall on our show as well. The time is the same. Then he was like, no. The people didn't communicate it was going to be 7 p.m. They said he was coming to perform late. Since he's the top artist, he's coming to perform after all the subordinate artists have come to perform. So he's going to make a trip to Ho after his performance in Tegbi to honor our show. So we've got nothing to worry about. All these things are documented because we had a chat. We had a chat. Then he requested for 2 hotel rooms, and we told him our budget can be made for only 1 hotel room, which he agreed to. We booked the hotel room for the day. Like I said, Jah Phinga was supposed to report at the venue at 3 p.m. Before that, after I had already sent the 500 cedis, we had a conversation on phone. He later on came to complain that the picture used on the flyer was very, very bad, and we were supposed to consult him before we used that picture. I don't know if he has forgotten that he approved the picture before the picture went live on our pages, before people began to share the picture. I don't know if there is amnesia there. I honestly don't know. Mejibe Asenyagomo, and then he was shouting on the phone. I told him I was driving, that I was going to get back to him. He never agreed. Then I hung up on him because my life is also important. I can't be driving and be talking to you on phone. Then later on, I called him. Jah Phinga was talking to me, and we shouldn't have used that flyer for that picture for the flyer, so and so and so and so and so. And he was raising his voice at me. He didn't want to understand that he approved the flyer before the flyer went out. I recorded the conversation right here on my second phone. Jah Phinga said I was ranting. He said I was blabbing, and that I should F off. I'm on Facebook, so I can't mention that word. I should F off. He said that twice, and that he's not coming for the show. That was when we were talking. I said, why do you have to go and tell people that the picture we used was no good when you personally approved of the flyer before the flyer was shared? And in return, I received insults. Then he blocked me on WhatsApp. Indirectly, he didn't want to have a communication with the organization. He was meant to come for a radio interview. Jah Phinga didn't make himself available for that. He proposed to come to the venue at 3 p.m. After 3 p.m., setup was being done, so he could have come for sound check or other checks that he has to perform. But he never showed up for the interview. He never showed up at 3 p.m. as he promised to do. So there was no sound check from him, neither his team. Now listen. The Miss Volta Ghana brand has been here for 4 good years, and this year marked our 3rd edition. Please stop calling me. I'm on a live. We've had the best shows of the best. All right? Within this 4 years. 2018 was our first show. We couldn't organize in 2019, so 2020 we came back. 2021 we are back again. And we are known for spending money which wasn't coming from any company but ourselves. Let me state it clear, there is no financial sponsor for Miss Volta Ghana since its inception. If anybody anywhere says he has given us money to run the show, they should come out now and say so. The organization runs from its own pocket. The organization contributes money and pay for certain things we need to pay for ourselves. Okay? And last year, 2020, our venue was Poly Auditorium. We had Seligali coming. We had so many people coming, influencers like EB Forsen and Da Costa, all coming for the show. We had a great show last year. If we choose not to go to Poly Auditorium, perhaps we didn't want the same look or kind of setup we had over there last year for this year's program. We chose Center for National Culture because that center is a place that if they develop will be one of the hot spots for events in the region. So we chose Center for National Culture Auditorium because in a way we want to promote the culture, and that venue was good. Now there was so much work we had to do on that venue, like fixing of doors, painting, electrical works, etc. Let me just end it there. I just want you to know that it's not that we are unable to afford Poly Auditorium for all these venues around. We wanted to use CNC because we wanted CNC. Because we wanted to set up a certain way which only CNC auditorium would have given us space for. Moving forward, we booked Jah Phinga, paid 1,000 cedis first, and later sent 500 Ghana cedis out of 2,000 cedis. He was supposed to pick up the remaining 500 after his performance. All right? So payments were made to Jah Phinga. Now, it was kind of a personal conversation. He was rather talking to one of his manager. And when we asked, he said that manager wasn't a manager, or rather his ex-girlfriend who is trying to act like his manager, etc., etc. And after that, the conversation had to be between the organization and him personally. No management was involved because he made it look like there was no manager there. This organizer was saying the venue for the grand finale is not a problem, okay? Because he promoted the flyer, he saw the venue, he has been there before, and he is aware of the condition or the status of the venue, the auditorium, how it's uncompleted and all the sacrifices that we ourselves had to make the venue beautiful. He is aware. He was informed that the venue is Center for National Culture. Why couldn't you say that your venue is not good, that there's going to be echo, blah, blah, blah? You came to the finale almost an hour to your performance. Why didn't you do sound check? Why didn't you request for sound check or all other checks that you were supposed to do? That's okay. He spent some time in the hotel room and came out to the program somehow late, I'll say. Jah Phinga never had a problem with our venue, neither our sound. It was a planned thing, okay? If Jah Phinga can call me, the chairman of a company booking him for a show, names. He said I was blabbing, that I should F off, and I was ranting, all because I said, you have no reason to say the flyer used, the picture used for the flyer was wrong because you yourself approved it. I never insulted him. We never had any altercation or confrontation or any form of argument or what. So he spoke nicely. Then he started pronouncing, like saying all these things. It showed that he can actually plan to flop the show or put us to shame, and which he did. As a budding artist in Volta, it wasn't right for him to do what he did. Okay? It wasn't right for him to walk out of stage at a program that was streaming live on Facebook. He should have considered the consequences, his brand, and the brand that contacted him for the job. Since there was no, let me not continue. He chose to walk out of stage and do whatever he wanted to do to bring shame upon the organization. But there was no shame here. We had track records of venues we've used before. It shows that the venue wasn't a problem. Okay? We contracted sound engineer to come and give us sound. The work was between him and his management or team, that if he has any, and the sound engineer. They were supposed to communicate. I will not come and request you to do a sound check. It's not within my power to come and tell you that do sound check. You as an artist need to know what you need to do. Top artists have gone on stages before, even sometimes when the stage is not properly decorated or the sound is bad. Also, even Kelvin Boy performed on that Center for National Culture stage before. Okay, so I don't know of any yet to be discovered artist in Volta who cannot use that auditorium to perform for the issue of marketing his brand and also entertaining our audience. Now, the way forward. My crew is going to contact Jah Phinga so we solve this issue amicably. We are going to try to solve this issue amicably. Should he not want to cooperate with us, I'm sure we all know what can follow after that, because this issue here is very serious. He has defamed the Miss Volta brand. He made us look unserious and playful, and we do not take certain things lightly at all. Okay? We do not. And we wouldn't want to joke with our brand or open or make our brand available for mockery. Now, to the publicists, bloggers, etc., sharing this because this is a scandal. It's a news that we should share on our pages. Please, I beg of you, I beg of you, okay? Stop using us for clickbait. Stop using us for clickbait. You are aware of the Miss Volta Ghana program. You never shared our flyers, broadcasted the grand finale. Now you want to use this as an opportunity to get views on your page. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to be very honest. Stop using us for clickbait. Stop using this issue for clickbait. We will not tolerate that. Okay? Stop posting the whole issue because you never posted that from the onset. You never posted that for your viewers to know that the program is coming. You never did any of this. So please stop using us for clickbait. From today, stop using us for clickbait. Okay? Stop it. M-Pesa, Meji Signal. I've communicated the way forward. Okay? Jah Phinga was paid 1,500 Ghana cedis to come and perform at Miss Volta Ghana finale. He didn't perform. He came to embarrass himself on stage. And that issue is going to be dealt with amicably. One, he wasn't booked late because he made himself available even few days today. We booked him few days to the finale, but he made himself available. If you had problem with the late booking, you should have communicated. He acted desperate for the money, and that is true. Okay? He acted desperate for the money. He wanted the money, so he couldn't say, "Oh, this is a late booking."
I'm back here. Let's share this again. I want to conclude on this topic once and for all, and then the appropriate authorities can take charge. So let's share this to the groups, all Volta groups. Let's share it to all Volta groups, okay? It's very important because if they can trend the scandal, they should be able to trend this as well so that they hear from the horse's own mouth. And then they will stop feeding people with lies and assuming things that are not even true. Assuming that people are assuming that Jah Phinga was not paid. Who will call an artist to come and perform for free? Do you think we are? Let me leave that word. I don't want to use any abusive words on this live. But however, during my first live video, I don't know, there was my phone temperature was so high, so the thing disconnected automatically. And I was in the car when I was doing the live video. The way I hung my phone, the speakers downwards were touching the frame of the car. So I realized it was really burying the volume of this. And I hope this one is better. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear on this one because it's still touching whatever I'm putting it on. You know how iPhone works. The speakers are under the phone, so unless you hold it, you can't get the full microphone. Listen, Jah Phinga doesn't have the right to test me on Instagram and tell me that this thing has really helped the both of us. Guy, what are you trying to say? Like you are trying to chase clout with somebody's brand? You are trying to play with somebody's beauty pageant. You are trying to play with the whole region. Guy, I'm not here to kabash you or insult you or anything, but I just want to make some points very, very clear to you. I have been an influencer before you were born, okay? You have how many? 8,000 followers. I have 40,000 followers on Instagram. Facebook, come and even check. You cannot say this thing has helped me. Both of us. Who are you? Are you on my? Are you in my field? Do you do what I do in showbiz? Can you do what I do in showbiz? I can't do what you do in showbiz, and you can also not do what I do in showbiz. Okay, so you cannot say that this has helped us. If you want publicity, bought publicity, go ahead and keep on doing these things like you have done to other event organizers. I am not going to fall into that mud with you, okay, roll in that mud with you, telling me that you want publicity. You think this is just ending at publicity? You think this is just ending at publicity? How you disgraced somebody's effort and made it look like, how will I say, you don't know what is coming. Let me just remind you, I just came out from police headquarters. Let me just remind you, Jah Phinga, if you think this issue is going to die right this minute or now, you must be joking. Reports have reached us, okay? You have done the same thing to some event organizers, but because they were not streaming live or there was no video recording, even if there was a recording, they would have cut that part off because no one wants to see their events in the mud or something like that. So you have done this thing to other event organizers, and it has gotten to us. The same people that you have done this thing to got to us, they contacted us and complained. Ours was live. That is why it got out. Like everybody saw it. And you need to know that we will be your end. We will be your end to the stupid continue. I'm on Facebook. I don't want to mention those full words and get banned for whatever some money got us done. I'm just going to keep it friendly, but just know that you have really, really stepped on people's toes. You have stepped on an organization toes, and personally, you have stepped on my toes. Why would you now be calling him trying to talk all nice and all that? I should remind you, the hotel room we booked for you, when we got there, the drugs we saw over there, throughout that whole night, the smell of drugs, the smell of cocaine, weed, and what have you, in that room. If you plan to get high to come on stage, you don't need to exercise your highness on the show, okay? We put all our efforts to make this show a success without anybody's help financially. So you cannot come and play with us like babies or toys and expect not to get penalized for that. You must be joking. If the people of Anglo side will pardon you for the multiple times you have misbehaved at their shows, we are not. I'm not from Anglo, okay? I'm a different person altogether. If you know me or you read whatever I do on social media, you will know that I'm really, 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 really hard not to crack. I don't take issues lightly. Let me just tell you, you might not know of me, but I'm very, very controversial and can be sometimes deadly. Just know. I just want you to let you know, okay? I'm not coming to blow or explode, but the recent happening coming to my DM telling me that it helped both of us. It helped you and who? Do you know how much we spent on social media promotion for this event? Or you think it's you? We don't need underground promotion, okay? Last year we brought Seligali because we believed in hype and we wanted the hype. That's why we went all out for Seligali. We didn't bring you to our show to hype our show for us. We brought you to entertain our audience. I don't know you. Like I said, I don't know you. Your this Agbametaji songs you are doing, I've not heard any of them before. So it should tell you that you are not really doing anything in the industry you claim you are in. If you claim you started music with Shatawale, I mean, look at the level between you and Shatawale. You should get result by now if your attitude is good or you are somebody people can work with. But putting this all like you are a kid, you are a baby, you are childish, this thing shows that you don't even have proper management. You have not been groomed. There is no this thing how they even call it, training, like from there. You know what I mean? Let me just drop that here, right? If you think this issue is going to die off, first we are going to call you, okay, today. Expect our call. Stop calling Elom and making it look like we are rather. Stop playing victim or stop trying to say sorry when the sorry never came on time. The sorry you even said was to your fans. You apologized to your fans and still came out to say that we should do this. Do you know how much was spent on the show? A grand finale that we used over 15,000 to 16,000. Do you think that's a joke? Does that look like a joke to you? One night event. We haven't even counted your money in, your 1,005 inside. And you think it's a joke to you to just come and rubbish into the mad like that. We will not go down that mad with you, but we can let you know that there are things we can do to end your career if we want to. Okay, and henceforth, if you are an event organizer watching this live video right now and you've booked Jah Phinga for your show, if Jah Phinga can do this for Miss Volta Ghana, then even if you are planning a pool party and you are calling them, know that he can even push your guests into the pool. He can do worse or much more worse. He was high, yes, and when we have proof, the management of the hotel came into the hotel after they had left for the venue to see all sort of cigarettes, weed, particle debris of drugs in the room, and they had to clean. So three witnesses plus myself and a crew member who were called to see it. Throughout the whole night, the room was full of drug smells because it was fine, half of us sure. So you wanted to use your highness to embarrass somebody, or no, you embarrass yourself actually to just make our show look funny. Miss Volta ran from 2018 until now. Okay, we do everything on our. Or have you seen us calling you or any of the artists to perform like our previous season? Myself, I don't even believe in any this thing. Let me not continue. You are pushing word out of my mouth. But if we will involve any Volta artists, if it will be within my power for us to involve any Volta artists on Miss Volta, we would have to dig very well. Okay, let me just put it there. Like, let me just summarize it shortly. We would have to dig that. You're coming to tell me that both of us benefited from the publicity. With publicity, do you think I trend on negative stuff? Google me and see all the blogs. There is no negative stuff about me because I don't want to chase the clout, the kind of clout that you chase any to expire in 72 hours. Okay, the kind of clout that you chase as a budding artist, and you are like this. What if you get to the top? You even tell people to sleep on the floor so you walk on them. Please just take note, okay? Behave yourself and comport. Whatever we will tell you, settle it amicably, or else if you push us to the wall, you won't have it lightly at all. I'm telling you, we will not joke with this thing. We will not joke with this thing at all. Let me just remind you that the person you are dealing with is Chris Nunies. If you don't know about me, just go and ask, okay? If I want to be friendly, it doesn't mean I am somebody who can let things slide just like that. And stop going around telling people that you were not paid for the show. I don't want to post your number and the screenshot of the payment on social media, because if you push me to the wall, I will do that. I will post your number, post DMs, and post everything on Facebook or social media for everyone to see. Okay, I'm still trying to be respectful here by obeying your privacy. That's why I've never given your number to any blogger who requested for it or any media personality who requested for it. I've never posted your number anywhere. But if you push me, if you push me, you wouldn't like it. Okay, I'm not angry. I'm just here to give you the last warning. Stop making it look like the venue was the reason why you couldn't perform on stage. Artists have been on that stage. There was an award program at that venue, and even Rizla Styler performed before you came to stage to perform. They did not use the same sound. Stop making it look like Royal is a bad person. Royal is one of the best sound engineers in Volta region. Why do you think people call him? Do you know the number of jobs he has done in the region? You can never ever come and belittle somebody's work just because of you were drunk or you were on drugs. Okay? Be very careful. When we call you, make sure you respond to the condition we will give you. If you don't, we will be your end. I'm telling you, and I'm not joking. We will be your end. What you have done to the other event organizers, they didn't bring it out. We will be your end. And I'm telling you, if you've booked him for your show, if it's next week or next month or whichever time, think twice, okay? Think twice before you have such an artist on your show to come and spoil your show and waste your money. Think twice. So better call for your refund or do the necessary changes that you need to do. Have a good evening. And make sure, like I said, you hit to the condition we will give you. Or else, this is not a threat. Or else,